If Git feels like a pile of random commands, you are not alone. The trick is to see what Git actually stores: snapshots, pointers, and a graph of history. Once that clicks, checkout, reset, and rebase stop feeling like magic spells. Here is the honest split. Memorizing flags without a mental model means every edge case feels new. Understanding the object model means you can predict what a command will do before you run it. We will walk through commits and the history graph, branches, and head, the 3 layers of your repo, how undo operations differ, merge versus rebase, and the reflog as your safety net when things go sideways. A commit is not just a diff. It is a snapshot of your whole tree at one instant, plus metadata, including which commit came before, the parent. That parent link is what builds history as a chain and sometimes a tree. Those parent links create a directed acyclic graph. New commits point backward. You never loop in time. That simple rule is why Git history is navigable and why tools can draw graphs reliably. Branches are not heavy folders of commits. They are names, sticky notes, that point at one commit hash. Moving a branch is just repointing that note, which is cheap. Head is where Git thinks you are working. Usually head points to a branch name, and that branch points to a commit. Detached head just means head points straight at a commit, useful for inspection, awkward for new work. Concrete refs help. Your branch names and head are symbolic references. Underneath, everything resolves to a commit hash. That is why you can peel back layers with commands like revparse when debugging. Git separates 3 layers. Your working directory is what you edit on disk. The index, or staging area, is the waiting room for the next commit. The repository is the stored history of commits and objects. Think of staging as packaging. You choose which hunks belong in the next snapshot. That is why you can craft small, reviewable commits instead of dumping every edit into one giant change. Checkout in the mental model moves head. Checking out a branch puts head on that branch. Checking out a commit can detach head so you can read old code safely. Just remember where you left your branch tips. Reset moves the branch pointer, not just your view. Soft keeps index and files. Mixed, the default, resets the index but keeps your files. Hard resets everything to match that commit, including throwing away uncommitted work. Treat hard reset like deleting unsaved work across your tree. If you have not pushed, you might still recover via reflog, but do not rely on luck. Pause before hard reset on shared branches. Revert is the safe undo for shared history. It adds a new commit that inverts an older one. Everyone keeps the same timeline, you just append a correction instead of erasing bytes from the past. Merge joins 2 lines of development with a merge commit that has 2 parents. The graph records exactly how those threads came together, great for preserving context, sometimes noisier than a linear replay. Rebase replays your commits on top of a new base. You get a straighter line, but those replayed commits are new objects with new hashes. Never rebase commits other people have already built on, you rewrite their foundation. The golden rule is simple. If it is already out in the world on someone else's machine, do not rewrite it with Rebase. Use merge or revert so collaboration stays coherent. Reflog is a local journal of where head and branches moved. After a scary reset or a botched rebase, reflog is often how you find the old tip commit and get back to safety. That is the mental model: immutable snapshots, pointers you move on purpose, and a graph that tells the truth. Next time you run a git command, ask what it does to head, the index, and branch tips, and you will stay in control.